What is up? Back at David Confused. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're in for a ride today. Now, I was sick all weekend and I had the idea to film this video and I got really sick and I blew my throat out and I'm finally getting my voice back now. I still sound like Rachel Ray's grandmother who started smoking at like age 6 months. But I'm going to try to push through and get this video out to the confused army. Horror, especially over other genres of movie, have huge franchises that have several sequels within the franchise. So there's always a lot of movies to choose from involving your favorite characters. But some of the videos within the franchise just don't stack up to some of the other ones. And today we're going to talk about a couple of those movies. Some will say the black sheep of certain families and franchises. Some will say the worst of the worst. Some will say the greater of several evils. Or as I like to call it, just a super crappy movie. So one of the most iconic, biggest franchises in horror movie history is Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees is a staple in scary movie and slasher movies alike. But even Jason isn't immune to the bad movie. And his doctor ended up calling us at Jason X. Jason X is based in the future. And Jason gets frozen accidentally in this cryo chamber and then thawed out in the future where he goes on a murderous rampage on a spaceship. Oh, and he gets in contact with like nanobite technology and he becomes Super Jason. Last time I checked, I would put Jason in the category of super anyway because he's died like 9 times so far and he's always come back. He can crush people's skulls with his bare hands. Everything from the acting to the script to just some of the CGI in this movie is just so dumb and bad. And it's just, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. Jason X is known amongst horror movie fans as just being one of the dumbest sequels in the Friday the 13th franchise. And the weird thing about it is Jason was frozen in time for like 50 something years or 100 years or whatever it is. A huge amount of time. And then they're like, oh, I don't know how to defeat him. He's unbeatable. He was frozen accidentally for years. Just freeze him again. Trick him and freeze him. Literally, the answer to your problems was at the start of the movie. Oh, and it ends by Jason being sucked out of an airlock and becoming a meteor going down to Earth, ironically landing in a place that looks a lot like Camp Crystal Lake. Okay, the next one on our list is, I have no idea how this even made it to DVD. And the saddest part about it is I own the DVD. Seed of Chucky. What? The concept of Chucky having a child isn't a bad idea, especially as the last sequel before this one was The Bride of Chucky. Having 2 dolls essentially go on murderous rampages together, that's a great idea. That's obviously the next step. But it was executed so badly that it's almost insulting to watch. The doll that comes out of the weird love fest between Chucky and Tiffany looks nothing like either of them other than a little bit of red tint in his hair. He constantly wets his pants in fear and he's voiced by, I'm pretty sure, one of the guys from The Lord of the Rings that played one of the hobbits. And it's just, the voice doesn't suit a murderous rampage serial killer doll at all. You know, Child's Play was such an amazing franchise, and it started to get a little weird when, you know, Chucky wanted a bride and everything like that. But this is just a new low. It's a new low for horror, and it's a new low for slashers, and it's a new low for Chucky. There's a part of me that would rather watch the Chucky remake than Seed of Chucky. Oh. I can't believe I just said that. Seed of Chucky is just an overall crap fest of a movie. It's not even like corny, bloody, gory, bad, so bad that it's actually good. It's just bad. It's just bad. The next one I have on my list is Jeepers Creepers 3. I remember when Jeepers Creepers 1 came out, and I loved it. It was so good. Everything about it, from the mysteriousness of the character, to the weird demonic shape and look he has, to how the townspeople and everybody reacted to the legend of this character, to the backstory they gave this character. It was all so good. Fast forward to Jeepers Creepers 2, and it kind of went a little awry, where the Jeepers Creepers is haunting like a team, like a high school like football team on a bus, and he's picking off the students one by one. It wasn't my favorite, but there's far worse out there. I wouldn't even give it a bad review. If anything, it would be like a mediocre, like if it's in the $5 bin at the, you know, big retail branch, grab it. $5, can't go wrong. But I watched Jeepers Creepers 3, I think it was on Netflix at one point in time, and I immediately wanted 2 hours of my life back. As just a horror movie fanatic and a collector of movies, usually if I get one movie, I want to get all the sequels, even if they're not my favorite movies. I have no want or need to collect the third Jeepers Creepers, despite owning the first two. That's how bad it is. It puts me against my own principles. The acting in it is brutal. The story is beyond stupid. And on top of everything, nothing's solved. Nothing gets solved at the end of this. He continuously remains to be an unkillable fiend that just every 30-something years or whatever it is, he comes back to eat people up and get new body parts. So, cool, right? Nothing about the character changed. Nothing evolved about the story. It was just literally, you know, we had a beginning, we had a middle. This is just another middle. And it's just blah. And like I said, the acting in it is so overly, like, just cheesy and bad. Like, were these guys even trying? This is where I gotta simmer down. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and watching the video. Which horror movies did you ever watch and just thought they were just cat pee? Just a litter box full of film? Leave in the comments below. Thank you so much for stopping by. I am Dave, still confused, and at least our dogs aren't werewolves. Peace.